Hello everyone and welcome to day 13 of my upload something every single day challenge for 30 days. And we are almost halfway done and I'm happy so far. I've only missed one day and then I made up for it. So we are going strong and almost halfway there. I'm really excited. Now, today's topic is about dogs for barking. But today's topic is about how social media creates all of these new insecurities and feeds it to everyone so they feel bad about themselves and then start obsessing over stuff that really should not matter in the first place. I was talking to my friend last night and she was saying that she wasn't even aware of cellulite or what it was or how to look for it until she saw a social media post talking about it as if it's some bad thing that you need to work to get rid of, as if it's not your body's just natural state. Hello? Okay. That's one thing. Okay? That's one of the many insecurities that really should not be an insecurity at all, because it is just a natural thing for a body to do. Or she was also saying how she saw someone online get hate comments for having veiny eyelids. Do you know how ridiculous that sounds? I mean, look, if anyone wants to come in here and yell at me for my veiny eyelids, I got the veiniest eyelids ever. I don't care. It's a fucking eyelid. What do you want? You want people to walk around with makeup all day? And filters on their face? Dude. And that's not to come for people who wear makeup to express themselves and have fun, but this kind of insecurity causes people to want to hide things that are just plain body parts that should not be insecurities at all. All bodies are gonna look different. I'm sorry. Not everyone meets this tiny idealized version of what's shown on social media. And there's a lot of different factors that perpetuate this. All of the filters that automatically, on TikTok, you have to turn this feature off, but it automatically smoothens your skin texture out so it doesn't show this will get smoothed out. All my little freckles and the pores on my nose would all get smoothed out. You would never know I had regular skin. It would look I had the best baby skin ever. Not baby skin, that sounds weird, but you know what I'm talking about. Smooth skin. And it would, it hides shit. And it also does this to your jaw. It slims it down. What? I have to make an effort to check my videos to make sure there's not some filter put on top of it that I have not put there. Sometimes if you are going on TikTok, for example, and someone has been using a video or an effect, sorry, and you go to use the sound they use, they automatically apply the filter. And the only reason I will catch it is because on my face, if there's a filter on my face that slims my jaw more, it looks really odd. To me, it stands out even more as a alien looking creature, because it makes my eyes even bigger and my jaw smaller, and it just to me looks really odd. But it's to the point where you have people now talking about how they are getting facial dysmorphia. I don't even know if that's a term, but they're so used to only seeing themselves through filters and face slimming apps and constantly editing their face in order to meet this, picture perfect version of what they think social media will find acceptable, that they have lost touch with their own actual real face and start hating themselves. And it's so sad. It's really sad to me because coming from someone who is much more outside the, regular, like, beauty standard and all that, I hear someone, like, complaining about their, veiny eyelids, and I'm like, dude, what the fuck are you talking about? That's normal. And why are you stressing about it? But another one that has, like, kind of popped up more recently, I think TikTok kind of more popularized it with this whole, like, look maxing thing that's, taken off, is the facial symmetry thing. And people will, I even made a couple TikToks, kind of poking fun at the whole trend, because people were, like, switching. There's an inverted filter, so it will invert the camera, and show your right side as your left side, and then it'll mirror the image, and you can flip it around like that. People would do that, and they would see what, like, their face looks like to other people, and they would flip out if their face was not, like, perfectly symmetrical. And they're like, oh god, I'm never doing this again. Don't look at me. It's like, dude, what? What the fuck? I'm sorry. It breaks my brain a little bit. Because I've been living out here with a face that is, a lot more just societally disliked. And you're freaking out over the tiniest little thing. Hello? There's not a need in the world. You do not need to be insecure about it. And it's not like, I mean, I don't know. There probably is, honestly, a little bit of, like, piss off that I have towards these people, because I've, I feel like I've dealt with a whole lot worse, and they have it so much better than I have it, because, in some cases that is true, but insecurity is a real thing. I get that. You'll have Hollywood 10s out here really feeling, like, really insecure about something that only they notice, because they are the people sitting with themselves at the end of the day, right? And so this isn't meant to be like a, I don't know, attack on people having insecurities at all, because it's normal. What I just have an issue with is finding new things to be insecure about and making that, like, a mass market trend. I mean, at the end of the day, that's how they started a whole lot of the, God, now I'm forgetting, like, the shampoo and conditioner industry back in the day, I believe, was started because the advertisers for the companies were saying all of these oils build up in your hair and it's nasty and gross. You need a good conditioner because you want your hair to be clean and very pretty and whatever. Even though our hair, like, our scalps have self-cleansing properties, and so you obviously wash it, make sure you are, washing it properly and all of that. But they make up a problem and then they sell you the solution. That's what I was trying to say. That was the point of what I was trying to say. So, like, I think I'm going to stop because I'm going to make a fool of myself. I don't really know the details of the whole shampoo, like, conditioner thing, but the gist of it is they made something about your hair a problem, and then they still do the solution. And I guess that's kind of also, I don't know, the thing of the more we, like, try to fit into this, like, one way of thinking, one way of, like, being in the world and fit into whatever mold is hailed as the pretty thing, the less diverse we will become. And that's like the most basic version of that's okay. That is the most basic way of saying that, but it's true. You lose a lot of the beauty that comes from like different cultures and different like facial structures and different, I don't know, ethnicities if you're all trying to fit into this one like tiny box that has been, put up on this pedestal. And it's gotten to the point, like, if you go into Hollywood, that now there was this whole wave of, like, getting a whole bunch of filler done, getting a whole bunch of, like, lip injections done. So you get this very, like, social media, picturesque type of look. And now a lot of the celebrities have like these effects that have happened because filler doesn't fully dissolve, and they look older now than they would have if they just let their body be, I guess, and I'm not again, I feel like I have to make so many different prefaces with what I'm saying because I don't want it to come across like I'm anti this or anti that. I'm down for any type of self-expression that people want to do. I just have a problem with the pressure we put on like people to look a certain way. Okay, that is my main problem. Like when my friend was telling me about the whole, veiny eyelids, who cares? Who cares? Genuinely. And if that is something that you care about, okay, but please do not, like, put that on to other people. Like, come on now. There's so much larger stuff to focus on than veiny eyelids or having, like, another thing I see a lot on TikTok is, nose trends, where, it's essentially like, oh, the cute nose to have is the button nose, I think it's called. And then you see a lot of people with like who have a bump in their nose wanting to get plastic surgery because they have been made to feel insecure about the nose that they were given, even though their nose is gorgeous the way it is in the first place. Like, I really just wish we had so much more recognition of how beautiful different, like, differences are in media, And I feel like a lot of that gets lost with the homogenization of, like, social media. And there's also, like, algorithms, too. This has been talked about, like, so many times. But TikTok back in the day, in, like, 2020, was sued. I don't know exactly what year it was, but 2020 and 2021, around there, was sued because they were effectively, if their algorithm decided that you were, like, unattractive or, like, disabled in some way that their algorithm picked up, they would purposefully suppress your videos. And the way they rationalized it was so that you wouldn't get bullied. They were protecting us from the terrible people. And they got sued for it because what the fuck? I'm not gonna go hide in the corner and, like, I should not have my ability to reach people be limited because I don't fit into this, like, okay version of what you guys think is okay and cute and hot. You have that combined with the fact that there's also parts of the algorithm in certain social media platforms that if you are, like, conventionally attractive, you get an immediate fucking algo boost. And that's partially part of the reason why you have these hot people who just are like, existing and living life, which is awesome, but have these massive social media platforms that they still had to work for, because it's not, just like gain something and then keep it overnight without having to put some effort in. But they have a lot easier of a time doing that because they're also conventionally attractive and, get a little bit of an algo boost and less, difficulty. Anyways, there's like all of that, and then you have the filters that I was talking about earlier, that people use to then try to mimic the more conventionally attractive people and fit into that beauty standard. And then what happens? Everyone starts developing more and more insane insecurities about stuff that you should never have to be insecure about in the first place. Like, who decided that veiny eyelids are something to be wary of, or cellulite, or like having hip dips? Like, these are basic anatomy things that we're having insecurities about, which is crazy. There's no reason for it. Yeah, I mean, that's about it. So, thank you guys so much for watching. I think I ranted a little bit, but, yeah, that's about it. Okay, have a good one.